Hello everybody, this video will be devoted to expansion vessels. I will talk about the scope of application, types of vessels, materials, manufacturers and other interesting points. My name is Evgeny Semichuk and you are watching the Global Plumbing Network channel. Support my work by liking and subscribe to my channel. The basis for the proper functioning of heating, cooling and water supply system is a correct pressure ratio. Water as a physical material changes in volume when the temperature changes. Unlike other liquids, water does not expand proportionally to temperature. Water cannot be compressed by itself. It means that the pressure increases significantly in closed system when the temperature changes. Optimal pressure support is achieved in two ways: dynamical pressure support system and static pressure support system. The last step involves the use of expansion vessels. Vessels are divided into several types depending on the field of application. Let's consider the Reflex range as an example. We see 5 different categories: expansion vessel for boilers, vessel for heating and cooling, for solar system, for potable water pressure boosting system and water heating system, and for other water supply system. As you can see, vessels can be of different colors: white, gray, green, red, blue. In most cases, vessels for heating are red, for water supply system blue, white for solar system or hot water system. However, all this changes individually for each manufacturer. The vessels are based on two main elements: the tank itself and the membrane. By the tank, it can be flat and voluminous, hanging and floor. The latter are performed for large volume vessels. Boilers are mainly equipped with the flat tanks. As for the membrane, it can be of different shapes: diaphragm and bladder. In a vessel with a diaphragm, the membrane is fixed in the middle of the body. Bladder membrane is attached to the flange. Externally, it can be excluded by the type of connection of this case. A tank with a diaphragm has a larger CIMM. Also, tank with bladder has a flange. The fundamental difference between these two constructions is as follows. In vessels with a bladder membrane, water does not come into contact with the surface of the body. In the second opinion, contacts. And here the probability of failure of vessel as a result of corrosion process is much higher, especially when the water is saturated with oxygen. Therefore, such tanks are recommended for closed heating system. However, some manufacturers, such as Reflex, have a protective anti-corrosion coating on diaphragm vessels. Such a solution eliminates this drawback. The membrane fixed in the body, diaphragm type, has a range of expansion and movement that is not great as in a bladder. When heated, the bladder is constantly moving inside the vessel. If the inner surface of the tank has the quality of sharp protrusions or roughness, then the membrane can be damaged and torn. It will need to be replaced. Although this process is not complicated, but it takes some time. The flange of the vessel should be at the bottom, so the dirt that comes with the coolant comes out. Vessels are recommended to be installed with the nipple down, so that the air that gets inside the tank has a chance to leave it and does not accumulate. But it did not contribute to corrosion process. This is especially true for diaphragm vessels. Some tanks even indicate the direction of placement of entrance to the vessels. Separately, you can highlight the brand from the Netherlands, Flamco, and the German Reflex, which I mentioned earlier. Flamco is a part of Elbi's group. It has been in existence since 1956. Flamco is a European brand with production facilities in the Netherlands, where, by the way, the head office is also located, Great Britain, Poland, Russia and Germany. Reflex was founded in 1889 and since 1955 it has been production engineering equipment. Reflex is a part of the Winkler Group, which employs more than 4,000 employees and has a representative office in 20 countries. There are several manufacturers from Italy. This company has been producing vessels for more than 67 years. Zilmet is one of the largest manufacturers of membrane expansion vessels and hydraulic accumulators in Europe. The production volume is more than 30,000 finished products per day. Zilmet SPA owns 5 plants. The total area occupied by the enterprises is about 200,000 square meters, of which 140,000 square meters are production shops. The company was founded in 1957. It has been producing vessels for more than 50 years. CIMM currently has 2 factories, and along with Zilmet, CIMM is one of the main suppliers of expansion vessels for boiler equipment. Founded in 1965, Elbi is one of the leading manufacturers of expansion and storage tanks. The company has several production lines, including one in the USA. Zilio combines 2 brands of vessels, Aquasystem and Imera. Zilio was founded more than 40 years ago. The products of the brands are sold in more than 80 countries of the world. Another Italian company is Varem. The company was founded in 1973 and has 2 plants in Italy. It also has 2 brands of expansion vessels, Varem and Aquafill. They are practically the same. And finally, one more manufacturer, this time from Spain, Ibaiondo. This company is more than 57 years old. In addition to expansion and storage tanks, these Spaniards also produce hydraulic separators and dirt separators. Of course, the material of the membranes may differ. Different materials are used for drinking water and technical water. If you take cheaper manufacturers, then the same EPDM elastomer can also be of lower quality. This can adversely affect the long-term elasticity and lifespan of the membrane. Comparing an expensive vessel and a cheap one with a high degree of probability, it can be said that the passport volume of cheap manufacturer will be larger than the real one, which will affect the incorrect functioning of entire hydraulic system as a whole. Vessels may also differ in technical parameters, temperature and pressure. That's all. If you like it, please like this video. Thank you for everybody and see you soon.